Clarence TV speaking to Chelmsford City manager Robbie Simpson after the 3-0 loss here at Havant. Robbie, what are your thoughts on that defeat today?
Yeah, the end scoreline doesn't look great on us. It probably doesn't tell the whole story of the game, and I think a neutral would probably look at this game and say it wasn't a 3-0. But there were things there were reasons why we made it a 3-0. It was down to us really, why it ended up 3-0 and looked so bad on us. But the game in general, you know, we started a bit slowly, but we gradually built our confidence in the game. I'd say after the first 15-20 minute spell, we grew into the game really well, and we finished the first half really strong. We had a couple of real good moments where I feel like we needed to be more clinical. The first goal was always going to be important today. You know, Havant are a very different team on depends who gets the first goal, and they've scored a lot of times first, which has really helped them. And with the run that we're in as well, the first goal was always going to be really, really important. And it's a really unfortunate moment for Jacob, obviously, because we started the second half pretty well as well. And yeah, it's a really unfortunate moment, but those things happen. But I was probably really the most disappointing thing from today was how we let that moment affect us. You know, we went into our shell, we hid, confidence really dropped, and at moments like that I look for who stands taller, who puffs their chest out, and who encourages the others to do the same, and we didn't quite have that on the pitch anywhere. I didn't think anywhere at all, and so that's probably the biggest disappointment from today. And from then until the second goal, we were really poor. The second goal's far too easy. Everything good we did in the first half, and they had their moments still in the first half, but everything good we did defensively in terms of our intensity and detail just went out the window for that period between the first and the second goal. And then at 2-0 down, we rallied a bit again. We had two really great chances at 2-0 down. You know, we've got clean through on goal a couple of times. Good delivery in the box that the keepers ended up saving, but it could have hit trots and gone in. And we've had two, possibly three really good chances, not converted them. And we've gone to get ourselves back in the game, but I haven't really liked how we've gone. We've gone a bit too gung ho, and when you go for games, you still have to be secure enough that when they do clear it, we're there first. You know, we have to have enough bodies back there, but two, the right attitude for the players back there. That if that ball's cleared, we need to be first and sustain the attack, and we didn't do that well enough in that final period, and that left us really open. And there was a few moments, you know, where their players are back defending for their lives to keep hold of a clean sheet, but then there's five of them busting the gut to go up there and score another goal, and that attitude is priceless. It really is, and we need to get that. You know, some of our younger players need to grow up, and us as a collective need to wake up, because that is they've showed us the sign of a successful team, and that's the reason why they are up in the league where they are, and that's why we've shown that really inconsistently. And because look, they're going through a little bit of a sticky patch themselves, so again, that's why the first goal was so crucial today. But we need to get that. We need to get that hunger that, you know, 2-0, don't settle. Clean sheet, fight as hard as you can to keep a clean sheet. We need to get that back. We had it at the start of the season. I don't think we quite had the 2-0 up, let's score 5, other than the one game against Eastbourne, which had a go at the players about half time for not showing it, because it was there for us. We should have been 5-0 up at half time in that game. But we need to get that. If we want to be a successful team, you have to have it. There's no negotiation on that. If you want to be a successful team, you have to have that within you. And listen, they played okay today. It wasn't a 3-0. But there's certain things I'm really disappointed with. and probably the most disappointing, but how we let the first goal affect us so badly.
Yeah, that sort of running theme. When we go 1-0 up, we haven't lost for a year, and I think that when we've gone 1-0 down, it's the same sort of situation. So it's difficult from the sideline to sort of impart that sort of belief onto the pitch.
Yeah, and there's a fine line between putting too much pressure on that first goal as well, and because then we don't want to rush our decisions, and the lads are low on confidence anyways, particularly in front of goal, as everybody knows. So it's hard to put too much pressure on that first goal, and we have to give them detail about how we think we can score against the opposition. And there's a few really good moments in that last 20 minutes of the second half where we were on top, we were the better team, we were sustaining attacks, and just decision making or maybe being too hungry to score that first goal, it just didn't happen for us, and it allowed them to go in at half time and regroup, and which we heard them do. You know, they were very vocal at half time, or their manager was, because he obviously wasn't happy with them, but I feel like it was down to the way we were playing, and we started the second half well. And it's just obviously it's just an unfortunate moment for the first goal, but it really did knock the wind out of us. But we can't let that happen. You know, like I said, I'm looking on the pitch. Who's growing taller now? Who's going to get us out now? Who's going to get Jacob out of what he did? You know, who's going to make his mistake not affect the end result? And unfortunately, we didn't have many, if any, on the pitch that grew in that moment.
We've got a chance to put it right on Monday with a home game against Slough. We'll have a few players back from suspension. We had Liam Trotter come back from injury today, so we've got a chance for a win on much needed win on Monday. Yeah,
a few positives. Obviously Ben back now, another game at this level. Trot's back, getting half an hour. So a few positives from today, and we're going to put some big pressure on the players for Monday now, because I think we've slipped out of the playoffs now. Yep. So that's correct. So hopefully, like I said, the players need to wake up. Hopefully that's a big wake-up call, because we've kind of been cruising for a few games, really, just hanging on to the playoffs and results going our way when they haven't gone our way, when our result hasn't gone the way we wanted. And I'm hoping that's a big wake-up call from now.
Okay, highlights today, Simo. We'll see you on Monday.
Cheers, Ben. Thank you.